Hey, how you doing? This is Paul from PAULSKARTS. Just wanted to make this quick little video. Today is day we're bringing this. It's a Predator 226. That's a 70 millimeter with a billet stroker crank. This one is going out for a guy named Leo. Real nice engine here. So we'll run through some of the modifications done to this engine, especially with the site. We do full transparency on all of our modifications and options and all of our heads and engines. That's one thing we really pride ourselves on, is the attention to detail here. So we got 70 millimeter Predator block. We got the ARC billet crank, very rare piece these days. ARC rod. We got the rings gapped in there nicely. We got the head stud set. We got a big valve head, welded intake tube, epoxy port, 3228 valves. Those are coated with the calico coating to keep the temperatures down so we can run higher compression ratios. Our cam is specially designed for our compression ratios, and our head flow, everything is optimized in these engines. That's why, we're able to just hit these numbers that, make it really hard for anybody else to compete with us. This is set up here with the PVL coil and PVL flywheel. Billet ARC side cover. We have the billet valve cover on there. We have gauge black Venom rockers in there. We got some round hex head exhaust bolts, copper exhaust gasket. It comes with the candy cane style header, and this one actually has the special edition carburetor. This is our third circuit billet adjustable fuel valve with velocity stack carb. Really nice carburetors. When we flow our cylinder heads, we flow them, if it's got a welded intake tube, epoxy port, whatever our bottom end is, we'll assemble the head, we'll assemble the carb, we'll get it all bolted together as one unit, head and carb, and we'll flow the head with the carb on it to make sure everything is meeting our needs perfectly. I don't know if many people are doing that out there, but that's the right way to do it. You want to flow that as a unit. When you match those numbers perfectly, when you're picking out a camshaft, that camshaft is so important. There's not really one part of the engine that makes it. It's everything has to work together. You could have one thing off in that whole system and it just won't be performing. When we start, we got the head, we got the flow numbers of the bottom end needs, and then we design our cam around the compression ratio, the head flow, our valve timing, the way we got it set up, the size of our exhaust port. We know all these numbers and we make sure they hit these numbers so everything in there is working perfectly. We get that nice, the quench effect is perfect within the head. The way we set up our piston height and gasket thicknesses, we utilize every inch of that, the performance of aspects of the engine to enhance the power. From the exhaust port size to the exhaust itself dimensions and length to the, flowing it with the carb on there and through the head, the way our ports are designed. We're now doing it on the mill and doing that full radius port. The heads do have the custom patented seats that we're running, the 3228 non-touching. We just upgraded our valve cutting equipment. We got a new valve cutting seat machine. The way we cut our guides and the way we space our clearance, our valve to guide clearance, we make sure we got that perfect 3 oil globules. Everything within this engine is thought through and, refined over and over again. This guy, Leo, when he gets this engine, he's just going to be, nobody in his class, if it's a Predator class engine, nobody in his class will be able to beat him. And that I can say 100%. I get guys that don't know how to drive, that, have a shit cart set up, and You know, all you got to do is put one of these crate engines on there and hold the wheel. This bad boy will take you there. I mean, you just got so much power, so much RPM capability. The precision that, you know, machine work that's been done to these things is just insane. You know, we put leak down testers on there. We actually got him with the E3 spark plug. You know, he's got the PVL coil system. The PVL coil system will throw 1 horsepower at any engine, any open modified engine. Just that PVL coil and flywheel alone will throw 1 horsepower at it. I mean, when you talk about fully optimized, you know, getting the geometry to the push rods correct, so you're pushing the valve straight down, not off to an angle. You got the right spring poundage in there for the right amount of lift you're running for the valve weight and RPM. All these things work together. You can't have one thing off or it'll hold the whole thing back. You know, so we've really got this system figured out here. This is available on the site paulskarts.com. You can check out the website. That's paulskarts.com. This is the Predator 226 crate engine, which it's 226 because it comes with the billet stroker crank, and this is a real nice piece here. So I would really recommend you to check this out. We also have some bigger crate engines, and there's no replacement for displacement, so you just start getting those bigger bottom ends and they just make more power. My favorite's the 72 stroker. That engine right there seems like the real meat and potatoes, but in a Predator class, Predator engine, and for the price point this thing's at, you know, it's all about the detail. We don't compete for price, we compete for performance, and when it comes to performance, we just can't be beat. You know, you put the horsepower to dollar amount down on any engine out there, and we're going to be winning hands down. I mean, that sounds kind of egotistical, but it's the truth, man. You know, we really have this stuff figured out to a science. So, you know, check us out at paulskarts.com. If you guys want to get in contact with us, the best way to get in contact with us is through email. You can email us at paulskarts@gmail.com. Again, that's paulskarts@gmail.com. That's karts with a K. If, in fact, you guys want to try to call or text, you can call or text 781-492-7358. Again, 781-492-7358. It's hard to get to the phone these days. Used to be able to get to the phone a lot more, but we're just super swamped. I mean, we got the work orders. You know, we got a stack that's about, you know, I'd say over an inch thick. So we're trying our best. Every one engine it seems like we get out, we get 2 in. For every one head we get out, we get 4 in. It's just insane amount of work that we're trying to bang through here. I know I've been slacking on the videos, but I'm trying to get them out. I'm actually going to be coming out with some new videos because we've got so advanced on our you know, technical end, that I'm going to probably be revisiting some of the how to do porting, cam selection, stuff like that. We've got, I mean, back in the day I had books. I mean, now we got, you know, encyclopedias just full of information from testing we've done over the last few years, just since we made those original videos. So things change, times change, products improve, and we'll bring you some new knowledge. So I'm Paul, this is Paul's Karts, and until next time, guys, have a nice day.